All of the reports are available via the user interface, but will only be visible to users with applicable security rights. Reports are divided into two groups. 1. Reports concerning the state of the archive, and 2. Reports on supervision and risk. Reports may be viewed on screen, printed directly from the interface, and exported to PDF. Some reports may also be available in an Excel format. The archive size report shows the overall volume of data being added to the managed store in terms of number of emails and megabytes of data. This is split into body and attachment sizes. The activity report shows the organization's email profile in terms of inbound, outbound, and internal emails. This is also split by body and attachment size. The user activity report allows the administrator to see which departments, users, and roles send the most information to the archive. The supervision summary shows the percentage of email which has been added to the supervision queue and the ratio of passed versus failed messages. The activity report is used to show how much supervision is being carried out and what its outcome is. This report can either be displayed by time period or by role, department, user, or reviewer. The policy violations report concentrates on emails which have been failed and shows how many mails have failed each policy and their associated risk levels. This report can be focused in on specific policies or groups of users. Supervision history is the most detailed report available and gives information on the status of each email which has been added to the supervision queue. This report can be broken down by user, policy violation, and date. The risk dashboard gives a very high-level snapshot of an organization's exposure against the policies which have been created. It is not designed as an absolute measure of risk, but is best used to compare an organization's exposure at different times. The retention report shows what percentage of the total archive is accounted for by the different retention policies. In most cases, as we can see here, the vast majority of the archive is comprised of emails subject to the minimum retention period. The policy version history report allows an auditor to see when the active policy has been updated and who published it. Finally, the membership report allows the administrator to view and export the contents of the role, department, and partner groups. Selecting the user entry in the Setup tab allows the administrator to see which users have been created. Highlighting a user and selecting Edit, or right-hand clicking a user, allows the admin to get further information. The General page shows which Active Directory groups the user is a member of. If this needs to be altered, then it must be done via the Active Directory server. The Search Scope tab allows the administrator to control which users' email boxes may be included in a search. A normal user will probably be limited to his own box, whilst a manager may be able to view his team's email. The Review Scope tab controls which emails a reviewer can access. A user may be given visibility of randomly selected emails from groups of people due to a supervision policy, and may also be able to review emails which contravene particular acceptable usage policies. Roles, departments and partners are containers defined within the service for the purposes of defining policies, searching and reporting. The membership of a group may be edited in the same way as a user account by highlighting the group name and clicking Edit. On the General tab we can see the name and a short description for the group. On the Members tab we can select individuals from the Active Directory or import entire Active Directory groups. Departments and partners are managed in exactly the same way as roles, with the exception that in partners we add individual email addresses and domain names. The Contact screen allows the customer to edit their contact information for the services. Full logs are available for troubleshooting purposes. user interface logs, configuration tool logs, archiver, Active Directory synchronization, exporter, and mailer. The group synchronization status shows any Active Directory groups which are referenced in roles, departments, or in a reviewer's scope, and when they were last synchronized against the customer's Active Directory. This screen allows the customer to see the size of the journaling folder on their Exchange server. This is of use in monitoring the remaining capacity of the appliance. If the journal starts to continuously expand, then more appliances may be required. The final element of the archiving interface is key export and validation. This tool allows the customer to back up the encryption key, export it to a file, and then validate that the file is correct. Message Labs recommends that all customers take at least one copy of their key and store it in a secure location in case the appliance fails. This is the end of the Message Labs email archiving service demonstration. Close the window to return to the presentation.